Welcome to the FunHawg Podcast with today's host, Sergei and Butch Mayhew. Let's let that fun ensue. I need some tea, please. Give me some tea.
Can I have some tea, please? And mine is like, moo. Like mine sounds like a farm. But that's a bell for everybody to gather around and have fun. Because this is FunHawg. Welcome. This is FunHawg Podcast. And Sergei and Butch Mayhew are here for you and with you for, we don't know how long, but as long as we're having fun is all good. I don't know, but I definitely like yours better.
It's got the service, please.
It's got like a rich sound. Mine is like very simple, and yours is like those.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say, maybe Alex likes me better.
Maybe you just a better. Wait, we got them assigned, right?
I think so.
Okay. Well, for those who don't know what's going on, this is FunHawg, and we having fun, we share fun, and we talk about FunHawg moments. We will definitely explain the magic behind these things and why we have them, why I have two and Bush has one, and, we will tell you definitely later. But for that, you have to stick around, and you'll find out the word of the week. We have a guest today.
Yeah.
So that's going to be exciting. Maybe it's for the guest. We will find out very, very soon. But FunHawg, for the next 30, 40, 50 minutes, I don't know. You will see somewhere on the screen, how long is left. But yeah, stick around and we'll definitely have fun.
Butch reads a dad joke. I made a belt out of watches once. It was such a waste of time.
Good. One bell means good. Two bells means very good. Crickets mean crickets. You get one. You get one. You get one bell.
All right, I'll take it. All right, number 2. Butch reads a dad joke. What do you call an Argentinian with a rubber toe?
Something Buenos Aires, no?
Roberto. I got a chuckle, but no bells.
Q crickets.
All right, there you go. You happy? You happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
All right, here we go. Butch reads a dad joke. Did you hear about the cheese who saved the world? It was legendary.
Yay! Here we go. That
All
one
right,
was
all
good.
right.
That
So
was
there's some dad jokes for the day. There are some dad jokes out in our Discord. So we've had some audience participation. So if you want to go see some other dad jokes and memes, you can head right over to the Discord, follow the link that can be found in the show notes. Come join us. Come learn some stuff. There's some James Spann memes. There's some English memes, some English dad jokes if you like those. So come join us over there.
Oh yeah. So link exactly. Yeah, link you will find under this video. And after the dad joke, we actually do what we're here to do is to talk about fun. And FunHawg is all about fun. And we usually do this once in 2 weeks, the recording, I mean. But in 2 weeks, a lot of things happen, right? Sometimes nothing happens. But these 2 weeks were definitely very, very fun for both of us.
I mean,
I'll let you go.
Sometimes you say action-packed. I mean, is there a fun-packed week? What's the right word? Fun-hog-packed? I don't know if it's quite that.
Fun-hogged.
It was a fun-hogged week. There it is. Yeah, we hogged all the fun all week. So yeah, I'll share my FunHawg moment. This weekend we had a guest on our show a few episodes back where we talked about rings. Miss Alex, it used to be Landis. It's not anymore. She got married. So me and Sergei and Ben and a bunch of other people that we like were there, and we got to just celebrate them, their love for each other. It was a great time. My FunHawg moment was really just going to the wedding, seeing people, hanging out with people, catching up with people, and just enjoying everybody's company and celebrating Alex and McKee. Such a great time. It was beautiful. It was great. It was great. We got bells.
We stole them. Well, be honest, we stole them. That was one of the things when you said, you find your city regiment, there is like a card with your name, right, and a bell, and I mean everybody.
The thing is, like this, what I thought was, you go to a birthday party, you get a favor. You go to a wedding, you get a bell. Is that how it works?
Yes. Well, actually, I wish I had them nearby, but maybe I will fetch them later. There were things which you take from the wedding. So what happened is, was Butch needed to leave early, so he stole the bells. I stole the bells. I stole way more stuff. The only thing I promised Alex that I would steal flowers, I didn't, because I was busy eating mini hamburgers. So
mini hamburgers. I miss mini hamburgers.
They were hanging them at the end.
All right.
Because what happened this weekend? South saw a lot of horrible weather, so the wedding was rescheduled. It was a little less than it was supposed to be in time, and people were leaving. So the idea, and Alex told me the idea was that everybody's on the dance floor and the cake was done and everything, and then hamburgers, but we literally were eating hamburgers while they were like leaving the wedding.
You like throw hamburgers at them with some bird seed.
Actually, people were doing this.
There it is. See,
finally, yes. So that was definitely fun. I got to go to after party.
Oh, buddy.
And hang out.
Is this your FunHawg moment?
No.
Oh,
Alex will understand. Alex, I love you, and you will understand. And she actually got excited when I told her something. My FunHawg moment, I'm trying to get it on camera a little bit.
I see it. It's kind of
right
peeked
here
in there. I love it.
So what happened when I needed to go to Birmingham, right? And Butch told me, and I told him that I need to show my partner, who had been only to Miami and New York, something about South. And Butch told me that you need to go to Buckus. I think I did a good impression.
Wait, no. How did Ben say it?
Well, we'll get there. So I didn't tell him anything, and honestly, I just looked. I didn't even know where I was going to. I just looked from the Google Maps from above, not even Google Street, from above. I saw that it was massive, and I was like, okay. Bush told me, set aside $50, 68. This is how much I spent. So we're driving from Atlanta, and I was hyping him up all the time. I was like, we are going somewhere amazing about South. And we started driving, and I know it's a gas station, but also it's way more than a gas station. But I knew that it was a gas station, and first billboard is 86 miles away. Like, just think about it. A gas station has a billboard 86 miles away. And we passed the billboard, and I was like, I just saw the billboard where we're going. And my partner, Ben, he was like, oh my God, no, where? And my problem is that if you ask me 2 times about secret I know, I would be like, nah, I'm not telling you. If you ask me 3rd time, I'll be like, well, here's the thing. So I couldn't hold my excitement, because when I saw that Bucky's has a billboard where it's just a logo and the huge capital letters saying Slay, I was like, this is where we're going.
Yeah.
So we pull up, we leave the car, and Ben, the first thing says, I didn't tell him the name. So he reads it and he says, "What is Boosies?" And I was like, this just got so much better. So much better. So
we need to add that to the wheel. Boosies.
Boosies. So to make the long story short, those people who have that great 18 minutes away drive from Birmingham, access to Bucky's, am officially jealous. I already told Butch that for me, my favorite store in the world is Costco. So number 2 is Bucky's.
Yeah.
I walked in and I fell in love immediately. Because that was amazing. So I got this, and I wanted to get the black one with the logo, but because Ben is in fashion, he was like, nope. So we found this one.
Oh, nice.
This is very like vintage vibe, like something. If you know what it is, but if you don't, you'll be like, oh wow, that looks great. So also, obviously, we ate the sandwiches. We got this little guy,
Ooh, nice.
Bucky's, yeah. We got the beautiful magnet. Also,
even get the Leeds logo under
yes,
there. Love it.
Yes, because there was one without, and I was like, no, because I have a picture of exactly this, so I was extremely excited. And obviously, we got, the best part is that we had it on Friday for dinner, the brisket.
Oh, yeah.
And on Sunday, when we were coming back, we stopped by for breakfast.
Yeah.
So
How was
I
their
went
breakfast? I've never had their breakfast.
Oh, it was good. We got the croissant with egg and bacon and cheese.
Awesome.
And it was great. And they had like more, breakfast tacos and a lot of stuff. So, but it was, as always, packed, and it's just amazing. For me, and I mind you, we went to Georgia Aquarium, we went to Google's office, Google's office.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of cool stuff because my flight got delayed. We got home only on Monday night. So we got to spend 4 days. And for me, the FunHawg was Bucky's.
Bucky's?
Yeah.
In
and
Alabama.
Alex, again, I'm sorry that it topped your wedding, but even when I told Alex that I loved Bucky, she was like, oh, "My sister got a swimsuit there." So, so it's
so
great.
Good.
It's great. So that was definitely fun, and I would love to go back to to one of those. I know that they have 2 locations in Florida, but probably like northern Florida. So yeah, I'll be back for sure.
Wonderful.
No, so we expecting a guest, as I said. Where the guest will be here any minute, and before probably they, them, she. I don't want to spoil who the person is. I was like he, and I was like okay, I already said it. Before he joins, we probably need to announce the word of the week. For those who listen us last episode, they knew that the wheel stopped on the word incredible. Incredible. So I think there are defining moments in everybody's life. And when people make an emoji with your face, and like you type incredible, and that's the emoji with your face on it, that's one of the moments when you know that you got a biggest association ever. We will get definitely to the moment of incredible and why that person is incredible. But first, what I wanted to say is that originally, here we go, we have him,
Incredible.
the incredible.
I'm here.
Hello, Micheal.
How are you guys?
We're doing amazing.
Good.
I love that you were in Tractor Supply. Our Bucky's. Butch, what do you wear? That's too much. What?
Bacon.
Bacon. Okay.
Said no one ever.
Very appropriate. So
Love
we
it.
were just introducing well, we need to introduce Micheal to everybody, and this is the incredible man who
Ooh.
is working with us at the same company. And why he is here is just because he's incredible.
He's incredible.
That's so kind. I think y'all are incredible.
I love the way you say it. I love the way your delivery of incredible is just. I mean, I try to emulate it. I don't live up. I realize that. I try.
Well, I have tried to use that word less and less because I don't want it to be one of those things where you ask somebody how they're doing and they say, great, but it's like, it's most likely not doing great. You're probably doing okay, or maybe you're doing great, but if you say it all the time, it loses its value. So I've tried not to say it as much, but there are things that are incredible. So I'd love to talk about that.
I will just say the first thing incredible that I see right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not on the video, go pull up the video. But Micheal, your mustache,
Ooh,
it's pretty incredible. Like,
thank you.
I envy it.
Oh, says the guy with a gigantic beard.
I can't grow a mustache though. I mean, I
No
do what I
way.
can, but there's
No way. I don't believe you.
well,
Who says that's not a mustache? I mean, if I couldn't clearly see your upper lip, I would. I could be convinced that it is actually just a really long mustache.
All right, so at this
Perfect.
point, I feel like a baby here, so I'm just gonna leave for a minute and come back while Butch will tell us exactly why Micheal is incredible.
he gone. He's
actually,
gonna go get his mustache, I guess.
There we go.
Yeah. So Micheal, right? Me and Sergei, Micheal, we've worked together. We've got a group of folks, and there was a time where you were saying incredible a lot, but it was in celebration, right?
It was.
Somebody delivered an awesome feature, incredible. Butch finds a bug before it goes to production. Incredible. Sergei gets a Santa beard. Incredible.
Listen, there is no Santa. It's March. It's March. But now I don't feel intimidated anymore. So keep going, fellas.
Who are we talking to? Is this Sergei or is this somebody else?
It's still Sergei, just mature. Super mature.
Well,
I love it.
we also, right, even though you've said the word incredible a lot, we know you've done some incredible things in your life. And we want to hear from you. What's some incredible things that you've experienced, things you've got to be a part of? Hit us with it. We're ready.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, top
Yes.
three. Top three. Shoot.
Okay. So I did a lot of thinking on this. There have been some very incredible things happen in my life. I have 3 wonderful daughters, a wonderful wife. I'm very blessed. And most of these things, all of these things are going to, revolve around all of that. So for the last few years, every summer we've taken kind of like a big adventure. We've driven across the country to cool places, and most of it involves camping for a long period of time. So, and we're talking like weeks, 2 to 3 to 4 weeks of just traveling around and seeing cool things. And what I noticed was every time they got more incredible. So every trip we take gets more and more incredible. So I would like to share a couple of pictures, if I can.
We want to see it.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Let's start kind of chronologically from the most recent. So in 2023, we took a trip to Moab, Utah, and we went to Arches National Park. And you're like, oh, great, you just went to Arches National Park. We didn't just go to Arches National Park. We did a canyoneering course through some of the arches, some of the park. And I think, if I'm not wrong, Arches is like one of the busiest national parks in the country. And we saw exactly 0 other people where we were in this park. The canyoneering, this route took about 10 hours. We had 3 kids. They were approximately, I think, 8, 6, and 4.
So we don't see it yet. We just see there it
we're
comes.
about to.
Oh,
Okay. So it involved about I'd say it was probably 8 to 10 miles of hiking, a couple of rappels, so a 70-foot rappel and a 50-foot rappel. This is me rappelling. There is actually no baby in this backpack. This was just
There used to be a baby.
There used to be a baby in that, and the baby rappelled first with my brother-in-law. So there was no children, at risk. So that's my wife and my 8-year-old doing the same rappel. And then this was a picture of the girls where we had all harnessed and helmeted up for safety, So that was the most recent one. And I think that's the most incredible thing we've done so far.
Wow.
It is incredible. Did you drive there or you all flew there?
We drove. So we drove. We were staying in Colorado in a little town called Dillon or Silverthorne, and we took a little detour kind of past there to Utah for a few days, and it was a ton of fun. So,
okay. So just a side question: how do you entertain kids while you drive? Because it's 4, 6, and 8.
Yep, exactly. We've done it as young as 2, 4, and 6, I believe. We drove to Colorado with them, and they watched a ton of movies because they couldn't really play card games. Now we play some card games. One of my kids gets pretty car sick if she doesn't have something to kind of focus in on. She can't read a book or anything like that. So we play fun games. We stop a lot and let them run around. So it's not the quickest process to drive across the country with 3 kids, but we make it work.
Was it one of those trips when they say, "Oh, can we come back and do it again?"
Oh yeah, and we've been back several times, not to Moab specifically, but to Colorado, several summers in a row. So they love it.
I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You said the word canyoneering.
Canyoneering, right?
What is that? What does it mean?
Okay, so canyoneering is basically. It is kind of like hiking, but there's the obstacles of a canyon through the pathway. So there's a lot of on this hike, there were a lot of slot canyons where you're kind of in these very confined spaces that they weren't super confining. They weren't like caves or anything, but you just have to kind of navigate the obstacles of a canyon. And this route we were taking was actually the only guide we had was a book that kind of gave you some landmarks and things. I mean, it was pretty well. It wasn't like established. We got lost a couple of times, but there were rappels. There were some climbing, but it wasn't really like class 5 climbing where you would need a rope.
Right.
So we had to help the kids up and down and things like that. But it was absolutely beautiful.
At this rappel, was there hooks and ropes and everything there, or did you have to were you banging on a rock trying to get your rappel secured?
Great question. There are anchors to tie into. But we brought the gear we would need. So we had harnesses and helmets and a rope. So, and it's kind of fun. Like when you do these rappels, you're not going back to the top to get your stuff, right? Because you can't get back up there. So you have to know what you're doing so you don't have to leave gear behind and things like that. So
this is you got to swirl it a certain way and it unravels and it falls like in spy movies?
Right. Yeah. Kind of the rule of thumb when you're rappelling and you can't go back and get your gears, your rope has to be twice as long. And you do what's called a double rope rappel. So you're rappelling using both ends of the rope at the same time with the middle of the rope at the top. So then you can just kind of pull it through. So you have to have some long rope. I think this one was about 70 feet.
Oh, wow.
So,
and what's the hardest?
We lowered the kids too. So they weren't actually in charge of, rappelling. We actually just lowered them from a belay device from the top of the rock.
Oh, okay. And what would be the hardest part if I decide to do that?
Oh, just go with somebody that knows what they're doing for the first time. So this is the first time I had rappelled in a long time. And so they just gave me a quick little crash course. My brother-in-law gave me a little crash course and I went for it. It's generally safe, ropes and climbing and all of that is safe if you know what you're doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there a reception, like a cell phone reception?
Some of it there was, but not a lot. So there were definitely parts where we did not have reception.
I'll download some videos.
There you go. And a map.
I'm usually do as I go,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Sergey, you were very smart, and you could figure it out.
I think I will
Absolutely.
figure it out.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sergey
Jedi.
QA the heck out of it too.
Yeah, halfway down, the belay, watching a YouTube video. Now, what's my next step here? Oh no, I don't have enough rope. It's a sad.
No,
I
and
wanna-
they say somewhere in between, like, before starting, just a little thing. You had to do this, this, and that. And I'll be like, oh, too late for that.
No, you could figure it out, and I want to go with you. Let's go do it. I think that would be an incredible trip.
That would be incredible
Yeah.
trip for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
It'd be
well, maybe we can all go and do a
That would be so
podcast
much
there,
fun.
and we'll just record.
Oh.
We'll record a manual for people, and then just
Yeah.
post it on YouTube.
That's great. That's great. Not a lot of
That's-
podcasts are taken from canyoneering routes. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Very underappreciated field.
Yeah. Okay. Are y'all ready for number 2?
Bring
Yes.
it.
Okay, so this one was incredible because I think for just the sentimental kind of nature of it. When this one was in 2021, so this was in Colorado. All 3 of my kids climbed a 14,000-foot mountain. So they call them 14ers, and my oldest was 6, my middle was 4, and my youngest was 2. And
Cool.
they didn't actually climb like all of them themselves. We had backpacks and stuff. My 6-year-old actually did most of it by herself. There's a fun story I'll kind of slide in there. But I have a before and after.
So,
Let's see it.
It's okay. So here is the before. Everybody looks really happy, right?
Okay. Oh my God.
Okay.
Yes.
And then here is the after.
Is this still in progress, or is this like you've reached the top, or you're already back down?
This is at the end. Yeah, we were already
Okay.
done. We've gone up and gone back down, and it was an experience, man. I'd like to preface it with none of it was it was unsafe. We picked Mount Sherman in Colorado. It's a little east of Leadville, and you can kind of drive to a little over 12,000 feet, so you're not doing that much climbing, but you still have to kind of deal with altitude and things like that. And so it tops out like right over 14,000. So so they were very done with it.
And was this the first trip you took out there?
It was, yes.
Okay. So
okay.
today you take them on something. Are they cruising, or are they looking like this at the end of it?
Well, we chose to not do another one of these after this trip, or after this 14er. So they still love hiking, and
Nice.
kind of in the earlier part of the season, they're going to complain about their legs hurting and things like that. But then after we hike a lot, they're usually cruising along, and we bribe them with snacks. So snacks are a great fuel for little kids. Give them some gummy bears or something halfway through, and then they're usually going to keep going. So
I don't think it's
gummy
only-
bears. Go ahead.
It's for everybody, not only for kids.
absolutely, gummy
Yeah.
bears would make me hike,
Absolutely.
much faster. So
Is that the choice snack, or is there another, like, what's your preferred snack for those non-hikers that may want to hike?
yeah, I would just say toss all of your kind of dietary morals out the window for these things. You're burning a ton of calories. Just bring something that sounds delicious, and then at the end, we usually try to find something that seems kind of hydrating, like a Gatorade or something like that. They love Gatorade, and that's usually a pretty good way to end the day. Get them rehydrated.
Nice.
So, yeah. But I have a fun story. Can I tell you the story at the
Yes.
at the top of this mountain? Okay,
The
so
FunHawg podcast, man. Of course you can.
Great. Well, so this hike wasn't super hard. It wasn't super technical. At the top, there were some pretty, rocky type stuff where you're stepping from rock to rock, but there was not a lot of exposure where you're going to fall. And we had 2 kid backpacks, and then my 6-year-old was walking for most of it. We get to the top, and we've carried one of them, my 2-year-old, the entire way, because she maybe walked around a little bit. But then when we get to the top, my oldest is very clearly having issues with altitude, So she's not feeling well. And we're like, okay, we need to get off this mountain. So I am now carrying my 6-year-old. I have a kid in a backpack, and I'm hiking down a 14,000-foot mountain. And it was just not going well. So there was a guy up there, and he was like, hey, can I help y'all? Like, do y'all need any help? Can I carry one of the kids or something? And I was like, dude, I'm not going to let you carry my kids. I don't know you. It's going to, whatever. I'd rather just suffer through this. He kind of hikes along, comes back maybe 5 minutes later, and we're still very clearly struggling. And he's like, let me just carry her. I'll carry her for a little bit just till we get over this rocky stuff. Okay, so I am a religious person. I'm a Christian. I believe in angels. Okay. And I think that this guy very well may have been an angel, because he came out of nowhere. One, we didn't see him on the way up. We didn't see him. Well, I'll get to that. He carries Annalise for a little ways, through the kind of the technical parts. And I was struggling without carrying her to not fall over or, any of that. And then he gives her back after the technical part. And he's like, okay, great. I'll see you out the bottom. We keep hiking. We get down to the bottom. He's nowhere to be seen. We never saw him again. We asked people if they had seen this guy come off the mountain, and they were like, no, nobody's come down in a long time. So there weren't any other routes off the mountain. So we were very convicted that was a moment which we actually needed help, even though we kind of felt in control. So, you can preach on that later if you'd like. But it was just a very cool experience, and the kids clearly really enjoyed it.
and when was it?
This was in 2021, August 1st of 2021.
So if you remember carrying somebody else's kid on August 21st in 2021 yes. and recognize this person, so yeah, just, I don't know, leave us a comment. We want to say thank you.
That would be great. I would love to meet this guy again, because he really, I think he did help us out a lot. So it was a very cool experience. We're not going to do that again for a while until they can tell us they want to go back up. This was very much like, we were like, hey, we want to take our kids up this, just for kind of the thing to like say we had done it,
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Incredible. It's amazing.
That was incredible.
That was incredible.
Okay, you ready for the third one?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, this was our first trip ever out west. So this was 2019, I believe. 2019. And my wife was 7 months pregnant for this one. It was great. I don't actually have a lot of pictures from this one, but we drove to the Grand Canyon. We didn't have any clue what we were doing. We had a Suburban with a tent on top of it that we were like, I bet we could put that thing up there and then go to the Grand Canyon, And so we did, and we had absolutely no clue what we were doing. And this is a spot where we camped. That's my oldest child. She was 4, I believe. And this is just a spot that we camped. That's our car down there.
Like in the canyon. You camped in the canyon.
This actually is right outside. So we would camp places around there and then kind of drive to stuff around. So drive to the canyon, drive to the different things to do.
To me, that looks like you're camping in the canyon. I'm just saying.
It was kind of a canyon. It was a little bit of a canyon. It wasn't very grand.
It was the lesser canyon.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was our first time, and we've learned so much since then. It was really kind of funny looking back on how many mistakes we made and how many things we should have done differently. But it was a great thing. So it was incredible.
It was incredible. And I'm glad that you brought all of the evidences, because I don't know, just little interesting fact that it didn't, incredible doesn't mean like, just very fun or something. It actually means that it's too impossible to be true. So if you were telling us all about your, things, we would be like, not true. But, you brought the pictures, and we really, really appreciate it. And honestly, thank you so much, because I love when it happens, when, a word is associated with a person, and, the incredible vibes you always give away. So it's great.
Oh, Thank you very
Yes.
much, Sergei.
Thank you.
I
And
really appreciate y'all.
absolutely. Before you go, can you, Butch and I were going to just say nothing, but can you say the word incredible? Because we're going to record it. And if you allow us, we're going to use it when something incredible happens on FunHawg
Oh, you
podcast.
mean like on a little soundboard or something?
I mean, you
Button
can
that you
just say
push?
it out loud now, or, you know, just say it
Yeah.
the way I know that, you know, I would be like, okay, so I wrote this automation, this code, this much code, and this much code.
Incredible.
Here we go. Perfect. That was incredible. Thank you very much, Micheal, for
You
joining
get
us.
any shout outs?
Ooh, yeah, of course. So, I would like to shout out my wife. She's an incredible person. She has put up with, she enjoys stuff like this, and I think that for all the ways that I find to stress us and our family out with whether it's changing jobs every year or two to all the ways that I could possibly unanchor our lives from the important things. She always finds ways to bring us back to the incredible moments that we've shared together. So she's great. I love her. Her name's Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you,
Michael's
Rachel.
wife.
And
And
thank you,
too.
Micheal.
I really appreciate you too. Y'all are like some of my most favorite people I've ever worked with. Y'all are a ton of fun to be around. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's incredible.
There we go.
Yeah, that's great. Well, anyway, I really appreciate you too. So, and I hope that we get to work together in the future. And
We
hang out in the
definitely
future.
will.
Maybe we're going to go rappelling.
That's the
There
plan,
it is.
Yeah.
right?
Great.
Canyoneering.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Micheal.
Awesome. All right. See y'all later.
See ya.
See ya. That was incredible. I love how our podcast started with the wedding and Bucky's, and then it went absolutely unexpected turn. And I hope that everybody enjoyed. And I mean, I still am afraid of saying canyoneering.
Canyoneering.
Canyoneering. Here we go. So I said it. Okay, so with you, I can just be myself. I don't need this disguise. Because it was too much facial hair, and I felt left out. So now I'm good because you cannot grow a mustache. Thank God.
This is true. This is true.
So and also an literally interesting thing that incredible has been used in English since the late 15th century. Early uses were mostly negative, like describing
Negative?
things that seem too exaggerated to believe. So something incredible, But now I know incredible is just something.
It's like
and
it's associated with amazing.
it is. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. I don't know. It's incredibly fun.
There you go. Do you know who created the word
I don't. She does. But-
ChatGPT? Come on.
Yeah.
Ask Miss Jippity. What? Who created the word incredible?
So we know that it comes from Latin, and it's in meaning not, and credibilis meaning believable. So an old French, it got from the Middle English, but first uses around 14th, 15th century. Yeah.
Got it.
So she says it doesn't mean that it was a specific person. It evolved naturally from Latin into French and then into English. Pretty incredible, right?
Pretty incredible. Well, I've got some, it's a little bit of incredible talk. When I think about the word incredible, I think about superheroes. Specifically, there's a Pixar movie called The Incredibles. They've got a 1 and a 2. That whole family of Incredibles that are like superheroes. But there's some other superheroes as well that I think of when I think about incredible. Can you think of any of them?
Doctors.
Any superheroes?
Oh, they are superheroes. What are you talking about? Doctors are superheroes. When we think about incredible and superheroes,
I mean, there is a doctor I'm thinking of
Doctor
that
Who.
is a superhero. He's in the Marvel universe for all the
You
geeks
lost
out
me
there.
You lost me there. I know Batman and Spider-Man,
The
and there's
Incredible Spider-Man.
Incredible Hulk.
There it is. That's what I was looking for.
Thank
Bruce
you.
Banner. He's a doctor. So I have a question for you. You have to think about this one. In the first comic book, I will say Mr. Leftwich is going to appreciate this, and he probably knows. In the first comic book, the Incredible Hulk was featured. What color was he?
I assume not green.
What color was he?
I would say blue.
Close. He
Purple.
was gray.
Oh.
Gray, blue, green. They're close. They're close.
Oh.
But there's a little incredible fun fact for you.
But I'm glad that he's green now.
Me too. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't picture gray Hulk. That just doesn't work. But
No, it
Green
just
Hulk.
let that Pokemon which made out of stone,
yeah,
something like this. No. Green.
I know what it is. I think I know what it's named. Machamp, maybe. I don't know. All our Pokemon fans, they can correct us.
You can correct us in the comment section and also can send us an email to howdy@funhawg.com for any suggestions or any comments about Pokemon.
Or join our Discord. Post some
Do that.
Machamp pictures. Go for it.
Do that. Some people will really, really appreciate it. Do we have any trivia games like the last time prepared? Or
That was it. The Incredible
was it.
Hulk.
That was Incredible Hulk. But
I will rewind. So last week, I did tell you those words were real. Those words were not real. I thought they were. ChatGPT lied to me. But I thought they were very fitting. So we can make them real. We can give these meanings to these things. But every time I Googled one of the words after the fact, I learned that they were made up.
Oh
But
my God.
they were really good.
Oh my God. But they like seemed real.
Yeah, they seemed real.
They seem real. It's like, sometimes you go to like a place and order some food, I don't know, hot chicken, and it seemed pretty real, but it's not even close to the real hot chicken. Come on, guys. Eugene's hot chicken. I cannot believe that I didn't get to eat it this time because of the weather. But on this note, I honestly want to say that I found hot chicken, and I found
What kind of hot chicken did you find?
I will not be saying names.
Ooh.
I will not be saying names, just because I walked in and I said so everything was closed. Everything was closed, and somehow this place was open, and I walked in, and I didn't even feel a little bit ashamed by saying. So I usually go to Eugene's Hot Chicken, but they're closed right now. Are you like them? And they said, well, maybe a little bit hotter. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be saying names, but what I'm going to say is that, think about it. Eugene's Hot Chicken was closed because of tornado warnings and everything. So they really, really care about their employees. And on this note, I just want to say that they're looking for line cook, food truck manager, cashier, and so those are for Hoover locations. And also you can they also looking for general manager and food prep. So you know what, just go to eugeneshotchicken.com, and then you can find locations, you can find phone numbers, addresses, and also there is a jobs tab. So if you're looking for like a job or gig and you're obsessed with hot chicken, you can just apply, and you
can learn the secrets.
I don't know. Maybe it's like Coca-Cola. They don't tell you what it is.
I mean, you're making it in the back, of course. Or did they just hand you like, here's the tub of
maybe
hot goodness that we're gonna put. You got to put on the chicken.
That would be incredible to know if it's, you know, if you can find out. But yes, so you just had.
Go ahead. Finish the advert. It's
You just had
important.
chicken, just place to go. That's all. Even when they're closed, because I called both locations, nobody answered, and I still drove there. I swear, that was so pathetic. You know,
That is.
it's like, you know, an ex.
It's a heartbreaker. It's a heartbreaker.
Like, don't leave me, but it's okay. Next time.
Yeah,
Next time.
There will be waffles there waiting here in the
I
future.
will make sure that the next time when I go to Birmingham, I'm coming back. Well, I will come back with a new Bucky's t-shirt, but also hopefully with Eugene's hot chicken.
T-shirt and a belly full of Eugene's hot chicken, right? So
Yes, with waffles. I
With
wanted it
waffles.
so much, but it's okay.
So I will just say this before we kind of leave getting a job at a fast food restaurant. Have you ever had the desire to just, well, I know you've worked in like the food industry. I have a desire to go work in fast food for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal would be to go in there and be the most awesome person on the line, dishing out food, just making it a joy for people to be there, whether it's I'm in the back, whether I'm working with employees and customers. But I wouldn't want to do that long term. I'd want to do it for like a month and just like one to prove that I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe one day when I go on sabbatical, I'll take a month and go get a job at Eugene's. You know, maybe I need to be a cashier or a food prepper. Do you ever have this desire or no? Is this just me?
I did that. Starbucks is fast food, and I was the best barista.
Okay, so you've lived your dream.
I have lived my dream of my coworkers hating me because I was so good.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I want to feel. I want that feeling.
I would walk in, and I would see that the people are irritated because now they need to step up their game. Because, you know, I was a superstar.
Because you make people better.
Of course. Anywhere I go, I am a superstar. And if I'm not, I just leave. But honestly, no. I always do, you know, the books and even the quote I'm about to give you, the difference between ordinary and incredible is just a little extra. And that's how I try to live my life. I know where the limit, I know where the enough is. I know exactly how much I need to commit in anything. When I cook food, when I work, when I'm in a relationship, when I'm helping somebody, when anything. I know where I can stop, but I would always give that extra, and it always paid off. So again, that difference between, if you want to be incredible, just give a little bit of extra effort. Including at the gym. You know, I know exactly when I know I can do more, and, you know, I'm lazy today or something, but I know always, you know, when I can do more. So on this topic,
Well, I've got one last thing.
What's that?
Ring me a bell. Ring me a bell. I want this to be special.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, thank you. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. So as I was able to see and hang out with Mr. Gapanovich, I don't know if you can see this here. This is a Lululemon.
Yes, Lululemon.
Lululemon. I got a Lululemon bag. This right here is my new favorite thing. Sergei also gifted me a coffee mug, which is also good, but I'm pretty sure I like this bag the most.
Really?
I do. It's so special because we have this ongoing thing about Lululemon because I mispronounce it all the time, and I just you know, this bag probably costs $25, you know, so I'm gonna cherish it. It's going to be right here next to me whenever I need anything, or whenever I want to, you know, support any magnets. This is a magnet here. There's like a nice magnet on the back. I've got 10 of these that the sticker mule people They gifted me 10 free magnets. So if you want one of these magnets, come join us on Discord. Come let us know. Send us an email. I've got a whole stack that I would love to share with people. And they're going to be sitting right here in this Lululemon bag for anybody that's interested. Anybody who just wants to walk to the fridge, grab a cup of water and just look and smile and just have all the warm fuzzies of the FunHawg podcast on your mind.
Yeah, so on this note, it's gonna take me literally just 7 seconds. You can count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I'm
7,
back. So
8,
what? 8,
9, 10.
No. You should have stopped when I said. So, I am the person who is not like. I mean, I can be sentimental, but it's usually super random. And because you showed the Lululemon bag, I keep all of them. I think I'm crazy, but honestly, I
mean that looks like a little thicker than your normal Publix bag or Whole Foods bag. Well, Whole Foods probably doesn't use plastic.
No, they don't.
But
it's a paper bag.
Yeah.
But I couldn't throw it away. I just couldn't, and I have one more in my bedroom. So everything I bought was in a plastic bags, and when they were separate, like put in separate plastic bags, I was like, yes, more please, yes. At some point, I just wanted to steal a card. Like I just wanted everything Bucky's. Like this is an obsession, and I just love it. So I'm glad that you have your Lululemon bag because I have these. And also, well, you better go, guys, join the Discord because I'm going to be definitely bothering this person to send all of the magnets to me, because I love our little logo. So definitely go join and you will get them out of Lululemon bag. And I see the fun is coming. The more fun is coming in about 2 weeks when we'll have the next episode. And so for the incredible word, if it lands on incredible, we're about to spin the wheel to find out the word of the week. If it lands on incredible, we agreed it's going to be Bucky's.
Boosies.
That.
All right, here we go.
Let's go. I close my eyes. Having fun.
Hog fun. That is hog fun, boys and girls.
Hog fun.
So this is going to be the episode where we talk about smoking meats. Have you ever smoked any meat before, Sergei?
This is the episode when Butch will be alone.
You're going to be here. It's going to be fantastic. I already have a guest in mind, and we're going to see if we can get him on. But it's going to be fantastic. But
so,
if go ahead.
I don't consider myself like a diva or a superstar, but I have a writer for the next episode. If we're going to talk about smoking meat, I expect a shipment.
Ooh.
From you to me.
All right.
With some smoked meat. So right. I can join it and,
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you had some meat. I don't know if that was smoked from Bucky's, the brisket, but
yeah.
I'll see what we can do. I might have to smoke something, freeze it, and then ship it with some dry ice or something so it stays good. I mean, you don't want meat to go bad. So
No.
I'll have to do some research. I'll have to go watch some YouTube videos, figure out how to ship stuff. So
here we go.
It won't be that 3-day saver shipping either. We'll have to do that overnight. Goodness.
Yeah. You go on YouTube and click subscribe and like to this video. If you're listening to us, if you're already on YouTube, well, that's extremely easy. Just like deep down. Click. And in about 2 weeks, we will talk about hogging fun. So, but it was a pleasure to be with you. Sergei and Butch are coming back in 2 weeks. again with you. Join our Discord, and also howdy@funhawg.com, our email. So leave a comment. Bye.
Bye. Go ahead and do your ASMR. You got to get it in.
Okay, this is ASMR intro. Hello, everybody. You think you're being cool and funny?
Mine sounds better.
Yours does, but I have two.